Hey, I hope everyone has had a good week so far, or if you're watching this on Monday, hope everyone, yeah, all you guys had a good weekend for the B-Day, guys. So, really quickly, one thing to remember before we jump into affirmative and negative words, which is on page 9 of the packet. Uh, this can be one of those concepts that can be confusing just because it can be very different from anything that we typically use in English. So we're going to get to that a lot more when we get to the negative words here in a second. But to start off with, let's just go through this list really quickly and write down what these words mean. One thing to think about as we're going through, everything on the affirmative side and negative side, they line up. So they're opposites, right? So for alguien, right, which means someone, right? The opposite of someone, nobody or no one. Okay, algo, something. And then the opposite of something is nothing. All right, hopefully everyone can get nada because it's something that we use a lot. Algún or alguno is some, or sometimes it can also mean someone. And you'll see an example of that down below. So then the opposite of that is none, or again, no one. All right, and then siempre, always. Opposite of always, never. When are the Cowboys going to win a Super Bowl? Never. Had to get one in because football's starting. Everyone, you don't need to send me an email on Sunday after the Falcons lose. I'll already be aware of that. Don't worry. All right, and then también is also, right? And tampoco is one of those ones, it can sometimes trip us up because we don't really have a direct translation to it. We don't really use it properly when we speak English, but it means neither, right? I don't like tomatoes. I don't like tomatoes neither, right? In English, we always just say either, but it actually should be neither. Okay. So just going through these really quickly. One of the things to remember is when we're uh, trying to make a sentence negative, we just put a no in it, right? But we are a lot of times one of the places that's going to be different from English is we're going to have double negatives a lot in Spanish, right? I'll let you guys read this stuff. We don't need to cover it too much. We're just going to cover the points that I think are going to trip you guys up. The important thing to remember is just getting what these words mean and then being able to use them to answer these questions here if they come up. Okay. So let's cover some double negatives. We'll cover those in green, right? So if you're saying, right, like, I don't like cats, right? I don't like cats either. I don't like cats neither. However it is, we're going to have to, since this sentence is negative, right, we're going to have to use any sort of words that are going to match up in these, okay? Let's see. So here we go. Here's one of those times when we have multiple negative words. Comen ustedes en algunas clases. Do you eat in some classes, right? Years past, obviously the questions would be a little bit different, but here it's no comemos en ninguna clase, right? Since we're leading this sentence with a no, this is going to have to be a negative word. So we can just scroll back up here to this chart. Here we go. Clase is feminine and singular. So we're going to choose this one. Okay. With alguno and ninguno, we're going to have to match them gender and number, just like we do with all of our other adjectives and things like that. Okay. Now this right here, we're going to put a star next to it and talk to it about it really quickly. You guys know that when we have, right, it's like I have a book, un libro, or now I'm drawing a blank, una clase, right? They both come from the same thing, which is uno. But when it's in front of a singular masculine noun, we drop the O. It's the same thing with alguno and ninguno. When it becomes before a singular noun, we drop